tell you a secret. For the last 20 minutes, I've been trying to make an intro and it's not going that well. So let's skip the hellos and get straight to the point. Today I want to talk about inspiration, and I want to talk about inspiration in social media specifically. For my personal social media presence, I use YouTube, obviously, and Instagram. Those are the two ones that I use. I want to share with you some accounts on Instagram that I do find really inspiring. There is probably not going to be a structure to this. I will go through my list of the people that I follow and I'll share with you who I like and why. I want to start with an account that I actually mentioned in my last video, which is Tables and Food. This is a couple who run a set design and rental company, I guess. I think that their tableware and their collection is just fantastic. Their taste is phenomenal. The things that they own and post, I think, is also really great for inspiration if you are into tableware, if you're looking for, like, I personally am a big sucker for silverware, and that's a lot of the things that they post. They also have a lot of unique vintage pieces, which could be great inspiration if you're going thrifting and you're looking for tableware specifically. So I really love this account, and I think that if you like some of the same things that I've been posting, then you would probably also like these guys. The next one is a bit of a funny one. It's called I Don't Give a Seat, and it's an account that's dedicated to seat patterns from public transports all around the world. And if you're into, for instance, graphic design, or you just generally like pattern design, or if you're into like a little bit of a retro vibe, or if you just like weird shit, I do think this account is really funny because it shows you so many different seats, or like the fabric on different seats. Also, I'm a bit of a germaphobe. Bus seats in general and like public transport seats is perhaps one of the most disgusting things I know, because the pattern is specifically designed to cover up dirt. Sometimes I would rather stand than sit. That doesn't take away the fact that I really like this account. Then I recently came across a page called Swike Design, which is an LA-based interior design studio. And I think her personality is just really fun, and I also really like her taste. And one of my favorite things about her page is that she's got a series called the Rolodex, which is basically a series where she talks with different interior designers, or like designers in general, where they reveal some of their secrets. And I think this series is great because on one hand, you get to meet a lot of great designers and interior design companies, but you also get genuinely good tips. And I think it's such a great thing about her page, especially if you're based in LA. I would check her page, but also people who are not based in LA. Like, I'm in Norway. Then another one that I have really been enjoying lately is a page called Keep It Light, Clay and Roy. These two they have a series called Will It Lamp, where they basically just find a bunch of random things and make them into lamps. I think their personalities are great. I think their series is so fun. And a lot of the lamps that they make are just super cool. It does show you how you could, find something in a thrift shop, and with a few simple steps, you could give it new life. Then if you're into architecture, there's a couple of different accounts that I follow. One is Archie Marathon. These two guys, they have a YouTube channel as well. They're actually really big. They definitely don't need a shout out from me, but I truly enjoy their page. Anyway, these guys create a lot of educational architecture content. I think that the way they are presenting their knowledge is just really like bite-sized and interesting, and they tour a lot of great buildings. And I don't know much about architecture, but I know that I like what I see on their page. Like some architects who are also interior designers that I like, I've rediscovered or like discovered spaces that they've made through this account. So if you like architecture, I really highly recommend these guys. But I mean, they're freaking huge. They have a lot of followers, so you probably maybe even already know about them regardless. I like them. Another architecture page that I really, really like, which is one of my favorites, is DC Hillier. I think I've even bought a book that he's written, which is really good. Mid-Century Modern at Home, which is a book that I bought without knowing that he had written it. I followed this guy for years. I think his taste is just amazing, and he posts a lot of interesting and well-known spots, but sometimes also things that I've never seen before. But I love mid-century homes and mid-century architecture, so I really, really enjoy his page because he knows a lot. So love his page, definitely recommend. Then I thought I would show you some of the shops that I follow. On one hand, I like to follow vintage shops because, well, they might post something that I want to buy, but it also gives me like a perspective of what type of things are interesting to other people with the same taste and interests as I have. And one of my favorite is Unique Modern Furniture, and they are located in Copenhagen, and they actually do have a physical space in a big warehouse in Copenhagen that's called, let's see, what's it called? B&W Market in Copenhagen. Like, this is a reel from when I went there. This first spot is these guys. I really love this page, not because the pictures in themselves are all that good. You know, I do appreciate good photography, and when furniture is presented nicely in a picture. A lot of these pictures are just, I guess, taken to show the piece, but I think that the furniture that they are selling is just fantastic. They have a lot of pieces that I would really, really love to own. It's just great for inspiration, and also for like figuring out names of specific designs. They have a lot of mid-century classics by a lot of well-known designers. I'm a huge fan of these guys. Like, look at this chair. I really want this chair. So, big fan of this page. Another shop that I really, really like is this one, which I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce. Deerstedt. They're run by two Danish people, and I actually follow them on Etsy as well. I think that they have the most fantastic collection of space-age lamps and a lot of other designs as well, but particularly lamps. It's just great for inspiration and to find some unique pieces. And also, if you are looking for, well, space-age lamps, this is the first shop I would probably recommend. They are chef's kiss. Another one that I like is not a shop, it's more of a platform which hosts a lot of vintage dealers. It's like a buy and sell pre-loved furniture and homeware platform. I'm not entirely sure if this is for anyone to sign up to. I have a feeling that this is UK based. They post a lot of great inspirational photos, but they also share specific designers and specific vendors on their site. This could potentially be a good place to source vintage furniture. I love a lot of their little memes that they're making. Another page that I really like is called Millie Vintage. I think they have a website as well, like where they post articles, but I really like this. It's like vintage furniture, interior and architecture inspiration. So it's nothing is for sale. It's inspirational photos with information about the designs that they post, but they post a lot of good, fun, old designs. Well, I feel like I learn a lot, or like I discover interior design that I didn't know about. If that's your type of page, then I would follow. I'm saying this for everything that I absolutely love, and it's true. I usually only follow things that I really like. So excuse me for repeating myself, but this one, which is called Mid-Century LA, if I lived in LA, I would go here all the time. I love this place, and I'm saying that without having been there, but it's a showroom which imports a lot of their furniture from Italy. It's closer for me to go to Italy than it is to go to LA, but I just love the curation that they have. All of these like drone footage of the chairs and sofas that they buy, I think it's so fucking sexy. I love it. So if you like classic Italian, postmodern, vintage, this page is potentially for you. Yeah, I would froth in this place. Curated Spaces, it's also a furniture store. They have a lot of curated pieces. I'm not sure which country they're in. Oh, they're in Australia. I remember now because they did sell a bed once that I really wanted. And when I realized it was in Australia, and just even thinking about the potential shipping costs, I just thought to myself, someone in Australia is going to get a great bed. It's not going to be me. This page is called Dora, which is an artist. She makes really, really cool art. This specifically is my favorite, and I would have loved to buy it. I don't think there's anything else to say. I think her art is magnificent, and I would really like to buy something of her at some point. And while we're on the topic of artists, actually, let me show you another one. Karen Menon. If you like interior design, she's really cool because she paints famous chairs. She paints other things as well, but it's specifically her chair designs that I think are really, really cool. She does also sell her prints. She has done one on lamps as well, and I think she's an artist that's worth following, especially if you like interior design. Then this one is called Mid-Century Friends. They are a family business based in Germany. It's not that I like all of the things that they're selling. Actually, some of them are not my taste at all. But I think that they make really creative videos. A lot of the pieces that they have are super unique. I once saw that they sold a miniature pool table. I really wanted to buy it. One of my favorite activities, fun fact about me, is pool. I love to play pool. But one day, when I can buy my dream house, I want to have my own pool table in a basement. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that these guys, they do have a lot of cool things. Yeah, I love their page. Then another one that I really, really love. Wow, could you guess I was going to use that word? A page called Cheap Old Houses. It shows you a lot of old houses for sale. When I was a kid, we would get the newspaper delivered to our house. This was before everyone read the news online. And one section of the newspaper was houses for sale. And I was obsessed with this section. So every day I would get this. I would look through the listings and I would circle the ones that I thought my parents should buy. I got so obsessed with the idea of moving to a farm. And so I nagged my parents to the point where they actually took me to view a few of the listings in real life. So we went to some open houses. They weren't gonna buy a house, we weren't gonna move, but they did indulge my fantasy. And so that's also probably why I freaking adore this Instagram page, because it shows you a lot of interesting, cool houses, actually from around the world. Yeah, I think this page is really cool, both for inspiration and also just like if you're looking to buy a house, these guys could be worth a follow. Here's another one which is called Interior and Films, where they post stills from movies with great interior design. And I think this is so great because on one hand, you get to see some really, really good set designs where the interior design is just... But also it gives you inspiration for what films to watch. I think this is a really cool concept, and there's a lot of cool films that are being recommended on this page. Okay. Let's go back to some shops, and maybe not actually shops in particular, but I want to share this page, which is called My Vintage Guide. It's basically a vintage guide to Denmark, Copenhagen specifically. So if you like thrifting and vintage shops and you either live in Denmark/Copenhagen or you're going there, then I would follow this girl because she gives such great tips for markets, flea markets, vintage spots to visit, and also the dates for when it's happening. Last time I went to Copenhagen, I went to her page and looked up her most recent posts and was like, okay, that's where I'm going for a market this weekend. Highly recommend her page. Oh, here's the other page that I wanted to show you, which is called Homes with Max. And he does house tours where he shows listings. Sometimes he goes there himself, and other times he just uses the pictures from the listings. But again, if you're into home listings, this is another account to follow. Back to more like market specific pages. I really like the Hackney Flea Market page. I'm going to London in sometime during spring, and I really want to time it so that I can go to this market. It looks insane. Look at this flea market. It's insane. It's huge. This is a shop. It's a textile designer based in Tokyo. It's called Himonomyuri. I'm not sure I pronounced that correctly. They are a textile designer who have these just incredible textiles. I'll just show the video. They cut parts of the textile to reveal another design underneath. Like, look at this. It's freaking amazing. So if you are looking for some really interesting pillow covers, they do sell that. I am such a big fan of this page. Like, look at these. The details are insane, and also the designs are just fabulous. Here's another vintage shop that I follow, which is called Nina Vintage Finds. They have a huge selection of Guzzini lamps. Well, I really want to own a Guzzini lamp at some point. Specifically these two. I think these two lamps are amazing. So if you're into Guzzini interior design, then this page might be something for you. Yeah, this page is kind of fun. It's called Atelier Barb, Amsterdam-based design studio with a focus on collectibles made of responsible materials, food art, and installations. You know, some people, just from the way that they post their pictures, you can tell that they're really artistic people. I don't think I am. But that doesn't mean I can't appreciate it. So I really like this page because I really like food art. And this page does that, so I find it inspiring. This one is kind of fun because it is a kitchen producer, and it's not vintage, but their whole point is that they make kitchens that is specifically in the style of vintage kitchens. They have brought back this type of interior design or like kitchen design that is not really made anymore. It's very Scandinavian, like old Scandinavian. It's a Swedish-based producer. It's all handmade, all tailored. You can still tailor it to your space. I really like their concept of making new kitchens in the style of an old kitchen, like, I don't know, blast from the past. So I like them. I would recommend following them, especially if you're like looking to design a kitchen or if you need some inspiration for a kitchen. Honestly, I've been babbling for a while now. My camera is about to run out of juice. This shop is called Paluvi Berlin, and it's a lamp shop in Berlin. When I went to Berlin last time, they weren't open. I didn't realize it was by appointment only. I love their selection, and I would really like to go there and shop lamps. I love lamps. And there's something about space age lamps as well that I'm a huge fan of. I like this. So if you're going to Berlin, you might want to check them out, message them up front, and go to their shop. I really like Lucy Williams' home. I love her interior design style. It's very eclectic. She also recently did a collaboration with Feldspar Studio. They make objects for life from their rural Devon studio. And they recently did a collaboration together where they made some candlesticks, which I think are so cool. Like her taste, like her style. And also I love her home. Here's another one, which is called Stolforretningen. They sell a lot of interior design stuff. It's cool to follow if you like classic mid-century designs. And as many of the others that I mentioned, they write the names and when the pieces are from. So if you're into sourcing Scandinavian design, Stolforretningen, which is like the chair shop, is also worth a follow. And then the very last one I'm gonna mention is Son of a Dealer. It's a Danish sales platform focusing on vintage items and lifestyle from the 70s and 80s. We've been following each other for a little while. At least he used to follow me. I don't know if he's unfollowed, who knows. I think he has a lot of cool vintage pieces. So if you're into like postmodern interior design and you're looking to buy something secondhand, I think he's worth a follow. I'm saying he because the name is Son of a Dealer. It could be a group of people, it could be a couple, I don't know. But whoever's running this page, they're posting so many cool things. Wow, I want to shop. I want to shop this page. Very sexy. Anyway, I'm gonna put my phone down. We're gonna stop now because I've been going at it for an hour and it's gonna take me a long time to edit this video. But these are some of the profiles that I follow that I really like. I do follow a lot of other great people as well, but I mean, we can't go through everyone. That would take too long. So my question to you is, do you follow any of the same people? Also, if you were to recommend me one or more of your favorite accounts on Instagram, who would it be? So with that, I'm gonna love you and leave you now. Lots of kisses, as always. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll catch you next time. Yeah.